Welcome to the Locker, Season 4, Episode 7. I am A. White, along with my man, Van House. What's going on, man?
Man, another win, another quad one win by the Cats. Wasn't it a few weeks ago that people were talking about NIT and not going to NIT? Wasn't it just recently Chip was saying, fuck it. Let's go to the next season. Wasn't it a minute ago where people was like, fire Cal? Wasn't a minute ago that these players suck? As I said in a tweet last week, let it play out. Just let it play out.
Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. And that was one of the topics. We can start there anyways. The game just finished. We have technical difficulties. If you want to file a complaint with StreamYard, I will after the show. We need to file a complaint with these people because this is not good. But the Cats winning is good. I guess where I wanted to go with this. Are you believing the hype? Are you on the band? Are we Elite Eight? Are we Final Four? Or you just feel like, hey, hold on, we gonna make the tournament because, like you said a week ago, we weren't expecting to make the tournament.
Yes, I'm look. There's usually an instance where you say, okay, almost around January, you have a pretty good sense of who the best team is, right? You have a pretty good sense mid-January, okay, these two teams are going to probably get to at least the Final Four. Dude, we played Kansas, and Kansas are the best team right now. And we, I don't know. They fell off this. Definitely 24 to the league.
I think StreamYard has done it to us again because
they're
telling me I'm buffering. And okay, we good, man. I try to open up another damn screen, man. StreamYard owes us tremendously. Like, this is bullshit. Like, it's bullshit. So you were buffering the whole time you were talking.
Oh no!
So I couldn't hear you, and I that was confirmed by in the chat room.
Okay.
And it probably was because I was trying to open up a chat. Okay. I mean, I was trying to open up a web page on the top 25 and see what the picture looked like. So you can repeat what you said.
I was saying,
or you can give us a cliff note because on the review it may caught up on itself. It may not be buffered when you watch the replay.
Well, whom do you know? Kansas seems like the hot team now, but we saw Kansas. Kansas isn't anything special. Or they're a good team.
Was no special last year though.
Right. Well, and that's the thing. That's the thing about now, right? You don't have a dominant 2 or 3 teams. Anyone can win it. And I don't know. I would say this. Whoever if we make it to the second weekend, and let's say we get just CJ back, or we get Severe back, we get one of the two back, I think we can make a run. I think is we fell into a starting lineup. You know, we fell into a lineup that and players start accepting their role. Damn, Livingston's got another damn game of double-digit rebounds. That wasn't in his bag in January. He wasn't going out the rebounds like you go out the rebounds now. Toppin has finally took the top off the damn rim and would shoot a three-pointer every now and then when he's wide open and not second guess it. Those two guys, to me, is the difference between this team at the end of February and this team at the beginning of January. Two boys, Toppin and Livingston. They're balling. This team is changing. And I think you got a chance to get another rebounder, another scorer, and they're giving you energy. So I don't know, man. I think they're a second week. I think they get to the next weekend. I really do.
You said something earlier. You said CJ Frederick and Severe Wheeler being out. We need one of them to return. I think there's a lot of people who kind of, dude, we are rocking and rolling without them. You implement them back into the fray. One or both.
Hey, bodies, man. These boys are gonna get. Remember what happened last year, Kellen Grady and Mintz? They put all the minutes in when what's the kid, the freshman, got hurt. Wear and tear on the body, the guard.
BJ?
No, the dread. No, BJ was 2 years ago. He had the
Was
twist.
that
Somebody in the chat know what I'm talking about. He had the knee injury against Bama.
The silent assassin?
Yeah. God, I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah, I can't think of his name, man.
Yeah. So when he got hurt, that put a lot of minutes on
Washington.
Tata. That's it. Tata. I said Tata. Tata, yeah. So that put additional minutes on old man. And old man Grady, towards the end of the season in the SC tournament, started them tires started getting slow leak. So I think you need one of them back to help that rotation.
Man, I don't know, you turn into a UK fan, not a former UK player. I got to argue with Jack Pilgrim all the time about these players are supposed to be this. If Grady, even going back to the whole Grady situation, putting time on Grady was hurt, or you think Grady got hurt, or Tata got hurt, which caused Grady to have to do a greater role, and we didn't know Grady was hurt throughout the thing. One thing I'm not cool with, okay, and I don't know where you stand on this. One thing I'm not cool with is losing the game because my teammate ain't prepared. Mm-hmm. My teammate can't carry out his assignment.
Facts.
Or my teammate can't give me 100%. Now, granted, if your 50% is better than your backup's 100%, that's a whole nother story.
Right.
But the whole thing now that the season was over, well, Grady was hurt. That's why he was missing all them shots. He can't. And I say that, the reason I'm saying that is now because Jack Pilgrim is a whole CJ Frederick. Oh, he's a shooter. He probably is. I do not doubt he's not. But the time he's been here, he's been hurt.
You're right.
And he probably had 4 good games. And the 4 good games he had was against competition we would have beat without him. So that's why I'm saying putting him back in the lineup. If he gonna come through in the clutch and be that guy with the heat on him, that's fine. But I'm just not cool with us losing games because this guy's supposed to be a shooter and he was just off today. No, you can't do that. We can't do that.
I feel you. No, that's true. I'm just saying, look, it's like, what was that game that Severe played like 7 minutes? I can't remember. He played 6 minutes in the first half, like one. You might need a spell. You might need to just spell a guy, and you got a body. Now, Theoro is playing now, so that's why I say you only need one. If he didn't come balling, I'll say you probably need 2. So I'm going to say you need one of them. I didn't say which one. I just think you need, because if Severe comes in, you can push Casey down to 2, give Reeves a break, then you can rotate. If Frederick comes in, then you can put Theoro at guard and put CJ at 2 and give both Casey and Reeves a break, and then you can rotate. I'm not saying they're going to give you 20 minutes, but I'm just saying it's always nice. You know that little 2 minutes before that TV timeout? Get your 2 minutes, TV timeout, it turns into about 4-minute break, 5-minute break, and get Casey or Reeves a little breather for a second. They definitely can't come in and be dependent on, but they can be a body.
How about that? I can, but I can get down with that. The other thing is this here. I said this several weeks ago. I thought that Cal was coaching these guys. I don't know how you feel about this. I thought Cal was coaching these guys, to make, and you brought it up, to make Toppin play a certain way. Like, you just need Toppin to get loose, man. Dennis Rodman. Hey, man, Phil told Mike, hey, Dennis needs to break. He needs to take 2 days off. He needs to break. Mike said, shit, I need a break. If anybody needs a damn break. But the whole point is, man, Dennis just go wild. You can't harness him. You can't harness Toppin. He ain't really a shooter. He's athletic as hell. He can get rebounds. He probably can make more shots than you think he can make. But I think when Cal was coaching these guys to be position players, it took away from him. And I said this on Sunday morning, that I said, I think it's going to get to the point where Cal is a little bit of, getting frustrated with trying to coach these guys and trying to fit them into to squares or circle. And I think he just, hey, man, just go out and play. Like, man, and that's kind of what he did for the most part. Everybody's kind of correlating that to Sahvir being out. CJ's name really ain't coming up, but I just think he let these guys play. And maybe because Sahvir plays. Sahvir plays at 100 miles an hour. Him playing 100 miles an hour, everybody else ain't playing 100 miles an hour. Just make things a little bit off. I still think he's valuable, like you said. I still think he's valuable to the team. But I think now everybody's playing. Oscar ain't the focal point anymore. He's getting his, but he's not the focal point. We don't have to, off the flop, he said, we don't have to come off the curl and force a shot. If it's there, you got it. If it's not, we put it back out front, reset, and we swing it to the baseline, like you said. Have Collins, Toppin, and now even Livingston running the baseline where, shoot, if this ain't open, we hit you, we hit you sprinting the baseline. So I think Cal may have stopped coaching these guys, and it may have worked out for the better.
I'm going to say this. I think maturity is the big factor in this. I think Livingston starting to come around and realize what college basketball is all about. And he's not in high school where he can just jack up threes or use his big-ass body and just bowl through dudes that are not as athletic as he is. I think he's realizing where his spot is. And I think he didn't want to play 4, but he's grown into being a serviceable 4, finally. And I think that's the difference. And with him being able to bang, we all know, if you ask me, Toppin is not a banger. He's not a banger. But he had to kind of do that a little bit because Livingston wasn't giving his best to that role. So now I just think they're in roles that fit their skill set. I still personally don't like the team as a group. I like them more than I liked them in January. I think Reeves starting helps out a lot, but damn, they got nothing on the bench right now. Who you trust to come in there and be an instant, give you a bucket? Ain't no one. And I think that hurts you a little bit. Now, I will say this. I was going to say something I was going to say about a week or so ago. If they get the double bye, then they'll have to play as many games. So maybe you can get by without having a scorer off the bench. But if they would have had to play the second night in that tournament, them legs get very weary when you're playing back-to-back games. So being a number 4 seed in the double bye, you might be able to get by with playing 6 guys, 7 guys tops.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I do interject to the point where you say that we don't have no. If we get Severe back, it ain't like we got scoring coming off the bench. Only thing you can say is we put Severe back in the starting lineup, which ain't gonna happen, which would move Case into the 2. Then Reeves will be the scoring coming off the bench. And here's the other thing. I got a bone to pick with you. Here's the other thing, man. And like I said, you sound Jack Pilgrimish to me. And I'm not upset with what you're saying. It's just this is just a popular comment that every damn body's making. And I'm telling you, you ain't never went through this. I've been through it. You may have went through it. It ain't no damn, everybody saying Livingston is finally figuring. Livingston ain't finally figuring shit out. Livingston is finally getting to play through his mistakes. And I know you're going to agree with that. That ain't what you said. That's not the comment you made. I know you're going to agree with it. Livingston is finally getting to stay in if I make a mistake and play through it. It's a whole different story when you know you're going to get pulled out if you don't make. So you said what you said, and everybody's saying your Livingston is finally starting to buy into this. No, he ain't buying into shit. Because if he's the 3 or 4, 1 and 2 in our offense makes a difference. One of them brings the ball up, controls the tempo. The 2 looks for a shot. Our 3 and 4s are interchangeable for the most part. Because CJ Frederick ain't in. Our 3 and 4s are just somebody who gonna be an extra man. The 5 is always somebody in the paint, and if we can get you in, you get that. 1 and 2, the 1 is always gonna control the tempo. The 2 is always gonna find the shot. 3 and 4 are just guys who are flexible. So him playing, everybody saying, well, he's the 3 and the 4. No. What difference is it making the 3 and the 4 with Oscar in the paint? Now it's different when we was going 5 out. It's different when we was going high and low post, because the 4 would be one of the posts. But 3 and 4 in our offense ain't that everybody saying, well, he had a problem with paying the 3, he had a problem. That is not the case. The biggest difference is now he can play through his mistakes. There's nobody, like you said, the bench is so short. He's probably playing through his mistake because the bench is so short. There's nobody to take him out to put in if he fucks up. And he's just fucking up less because he's getting into the flow. But I don't like that scenario when everybody's saying, well, he's finally buying in. Like he was the problem. As always, the players was the problem. Then when they start doing good, they finally buying into Cal.
Okay, so now I'm going to push back on that. Because the difference to me is I don't think he was coming out because he took a bad shot or something. I think he came out because of the energy, the rebounding, the hustle, the shit that he's doing the last 2 to 3 games. He wasn't doing it. I don't think it's an offensive thing. I think it's more of an energy. Dude, he got a rebound tonight. He started on the other side of the lane and got the rebound across the lane. He wasn't doing that earlier. He wasn't taking – how many rebounds has he taken from Oscar now? He's taken at least 2 or 3 in the last 2 games. He wasn't going after rebounds like he's going now. Those are the things for me that I saw him being taken out for. Now, I'm not going to tell you I'm like really looking at a game close, be like, what? But what I see now is his energy level, his effort, scratch the energy level. His effort level is higher than it's ever been because he is going after offensive and defensive rebounds. The last game he had, 2 or 3 putbacks on the opposite side of the rim? He had another one of those tonight, I know 1 or 2. So I think that's the difference. You can always bitch about Cal because he makes a lot of money. He should get bitched about. But I'm gonna say Livingston for one is giving you more effort than he gave you in December, January.
Here we go. I'm gonna ask you this. I'm gonna take you right to the curb. I'm gonna ask you this. That's why I like working with you, man. You tee them up for me. That's why I like working with you. First thing first. Does effort not look different when you understand what you're doing, as opposed to questioning what you're doing? If a player reads something in the flats, if you read something in the flats and you say there's plenty of time, and you hesitate on the pump, but you know it's probably going there, and you got help in the back. As a young player, you're not aggressive. You don't just jump the short route because you ain't understanding that. Your second and third year starting at cornerback, man, soon as that arm go back, I'm gone. And that's why I think Livingston, I don't think is anything. I think his effort looks better because now he don't have to come out. I can play. We kind of saying the same thing, but I don't think you attributed it to him having less pressure on him to make plays. Like there's times he drives to the lane, he bowls to the lane like LeBron does, just bowl to the lane and get whatever you get. Now he can bowl to the lane knowing I'm going to make a play because I don't have to just bowl to the lane because that's what coach told me to do. Like, I got to help us win. Before, he just kind of felt like he was out there to take a spot. I'm going to give y'all 12, 15 minutes, and I'm coming back out. But I just, the first thing I thought about was you talking about corners who hesitant, ain't aggressive, and that's a whole difference between them catching the ball and you making them miss, or them making you miss, them catching the ball and getting 7 yards, or you getting a PBU.
Yeah,
I all understand what you got to do.
I'm a just, you know, we always come from different angles, and I'm player. I think he came in here thinking it was going to be X. It wasn't X. He was like, oh shit, what am I going to do? In my opinion, what I liked about him, he didn't shrink in the moment. He got bigger in the moment. And he is playing. He might be the second best player on the team right now. You just put up a double-double.
No.
Who's second? You going to put it at the top end?
It's going to be Case and Reeves. Oscar and Kaysen, depending on, is a triangle.
Okay.
Oscar, Kaysen, and Reeves. I don't know if Oscar's won. Man, Oscar's been a liability.
No.
Couple games, maybe not these last 4, but he's been a liability before these last 4.
Look, on this team, Dan Reeves in this game, I know at one point was at least 2 for 8. He couldn't buy an elbow jumper.
That's all right.
Huh?
The games we need him to score, he was scoring. This game, I think everything was flowing so smoothly. I don't think he really.
I'm gonna just say right now, Cason Wallace, for me, I can't trust him.
Can't trust him at the point, or can't trust him for a bucket?
Well, I mean, he's got to play point right now. So we are relegated to him leading the team. Not saying he's bad. What I'm talking about when you start thinking of the best player on the team right now, I think Oscar, with all his liabilities, is still the most consistent.
Yeah, I give you that.
And now, Livingston right now has an argument of being the second best player on the team. I think Toppin is balling too. But I think Toppin's balling because Livingston's making his job easier. But I'm going to say this. For a freshman, this is maybe my mind is clouded because he's a freshman. For a freshman to go through that adversity that he went through early in the season and to not shrink in it, we've seen a freshman a couple of years ago shrink. We've seen some guys in the past shrink. He hasn't.
Yeah. I agree with that. I ain't gonna argue that. I give you those points. I can give you that. So before we move along to some controversy, a lot of controversy out here. Before we move along, you think, because Ann said it, Blickenstaff said he want to see Livingston back another year. I was told by a little birdie that before Livingston started getting all this burn, Livingston was up through.
Up through as in up through NBA? Or up through?
It don't make no difference.
No. It makes a difference to me. Is he doing a Hopkins or are you doing a BJ Boston?
But that's my whole point. I'm not getting enough burn, so I'm either going to test the waters, which they can test the waters, or I'm hitting the waters. Like I'm up through. So my whole point, either way, he wasn't coming back to Kentucky. I'm gonna see if the NBA got to offer me, or I'm gonna see who team gonna let me actually play, so I can make it to the NBA. Is what I heard. Now that's changing. And it seemed like John and Ann kind of seemed to think that he might not be coming back next year. And it may be because the class is coming in next year. And somebody asked me this weekend when I was up in Northern Ohio or Southern Ohio, Northern Kentucky, about, how's it to play for Cal? I said, I don't know. It seems like if you his guy, it's great to play for Cal. I'm not saying that you not his guy, but if you second fiddle, it's going to be a humbling experience, it seems like. So that's my whole point. Like, is he going to come back next year knowing what class Cal got in and Cal got that heat on him, that he might have to come off the bench again?
No.
After proving himself.
No. He won't come off the bench. He's a starter next year. I don't see him come off the bench. Why? They got 2 guards, a center, and I guess a small forward. They only got 4. He will be the 5th. He will be in the starting 5. Unless there's somebody else coming that I don't know about. If they bring in those 4 and lose Oscar and Toppin, which Toppin's got to go. They lose Oscar, Toppin.
Is Collins coming back?
Now that's the one.
He ain't coming back.
Now I can see Collins not coming back.
Lance got another year on the table, don't he?
But Lance embraces his role because Lance could have bounced.
Shit, dude, I don't know if Lance coming back this year.
Okay.
I don't know if Lance coming back next year.
So now you just made it even more accessible for him to be your starter in the starting lineup.
You forgot about Ugonna.
Uganda's a center. He's a 5.
So you saying Ugonna? What's the big? The Bradshaw gonna play.
Bradshaw's gonna be a starting center.
Huh?
Bradshaw's gonna be a starting center.
Where Ugonna gonna play?
Uganda's gonna come off the bench.
Come off the bench.
Okay.
So now you got Dillingham.
Wagner's your point guard.
Wagner.
Edwards is your 3. What?
I don't know. I ain't guaranteeing. I see what you're saying. I see what you're doing here. I ain't guaranteeing it. And here's the thing about it.
I don't see
when we see what happened with Collins, we saw what happened with Collins. We saw what happened with Brooks. I don't know if I come back. Like Cal, I done seen what you done the last 2 years. I'm not saying you won't. That's in the back of their head. Like you can tell, man, he told us Collins was gonna be, and I understand Collins went through a situation though. I'm not making light of that by any means. But still, there was games that fit his style. I don't know. I think you giving it too much credence. And Livingston may be headstrong enough. He may be cocky enough to know if I come back, man, I'm going to be in this lineup. But I think Collins thought that same thing. I thought Ware thought he was going to get more burn. I think Brooks thought he was going to get more burn. I know my boy Davion Mintz wasn't planning on, getting what he was getting. So I don't know.
Unless they bring in somebody, I'm looking at mock drafts right now, and I don't see Livingston ain't even close. I looked at 2.
I heard Dillingham is having problems. There are some people who think Dillingham might not make it to us. That's USM Cat fan was asking. Okay.
So
there's some question about
if Dillingham doesn't make it to us, that gives Reeves a thought to come back.
Oh, shoot, yeah.
Because then he's out too.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So to me, Dillingham is the icing on the cake. But we need them other 3. Them other 3 we need. We need Wagner, Bradshaw, and Edwards. Edwards is a dog. We need Wagner and Edwards and I'm not a high school. I'm not going to ever say I'm even close to being a high school basketball anything. But I've seen some clips on Edwards. I don't need to see much. It's like the high school football damn highlights. All I need to see is the first 2 to 3 plays. If your first 2 to 3 plays ain't shit, that means the rest of your highlight ain't shit either.
Hey,
if you don't put your best plays up front,
hey, if your highlight film start off with a 7-yard run as a running back, hey man, I don't watch people like, hey, look at these highlights. And after I go through the first 4 or 5 plays and you don't see no 70-yarders, no breaking, no tackling, getting up through.
What you doing? What you doing?
They gonna got the nerves to ask me, did I watch the film? Yeah, man, dude, nice, man, dude, nice. Hey, speaking of film, you said you talk about these basketball players, talking about Edwards, talk about Bradshaw and them, and I know the people in the chat gonna get on. Van Howes, I know you went to Catholic school, whatever you call it, where you couldn't, I don't know, whatever little private, it was a bunch of boys going around the school. It wasn't mixed genders or nothing, whatever kind of school you went to. There was film that surfaced last week. DeJuan Wagner Jr. trying to throw them hands.
Mm-hmm.
What thinks ye Van Howes? What are you, 47-year-old Van Howes, 48-year-old Van Howes, what does he think? And then tell me what 17-year-old Van Howes thinks.
I don't think nothing of it because he didn't instigate it. That was obvious.
Why you got your dukes up?
Because to me, as a former player, there was some shit that had to go on prior to that. His teammate gave him the chicken wing.
That was ugly. Yeah, that was ugly. That was punk ass move, man. And I think it was a rival. I think it was a rival.
Right. His teammate gave him the chicken wing before he came up to him. He didn't like do it last minute. He had that damn thing out being cooked. That thing was about halfway cooked already.
Up in this area, too. Up in this area.
So he had it ready. Then dude bowled up to him and DJ like, what you gonna do? So for me, it been something DJ cheap shot him. Then we might have to talk about something. But other than that, no punches were thrown. To me, it's mute point. Oh, look. If this would, well, I'm older than you. If this would have happened in 1982, Van Howes bowled up to somebody, you know how many people would have seen it?
Nobody.
My team, that team, and whomever we played next. Nobody else would have fucking known about this shit. Hey, he would have thrown, if he would have threw hands, like made contact, then we can talk about it. But man, ain't shit happened.
My point is, Van Howes, Captain Van Howes, at Baton Rouge Academy for the athletes in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. If you supposed to be hold on, fellas. Now, I done threw hands in every sport: baseball, basketball, and football. But and that's why I understand where he came from. I did it because I was the leader of the team. So, like, man, y'all, man, hold on, listen. And looking back on it, it was dumb. And I only did it because I was letting our team know we ain't gonna let nobody bully us. Now, if I would have got an assault charge or lost my scholarship because of it, damn, I'd be like, that was dumb as hell. But so that's what I think he was really doing. But I just think there's some point where he got to let them know, like, look, man, you know, we're gonna win the state. You know, we're going into the tournament. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna happen in the UK, and that was the big thing everybody talked about on Sunday morning. We don't think that's gonna trickle over to the UK where he's gonna be scrapping in the middle of the game. But a lot of people were saying they love the fact that we got a dog out there. Like, man, it ain't no go high. You the way Tennessee play basketball, you get to reaching and scrap. The way Louisville play basketball under Patino, you scratching the claw, man. You will catch a ball real quick, and I'm to the bucket. So I just wonder if you thought it was bad look. You understand? But you have not. You okay with it, or you have not like this seen it? Let's cap.
I'm okay. I'm okay with it. First of all, let me say this: it's Episcopal High School, current girls indoor state champion track team. We just won a boys soccer state a few minutes ago. So put respect on our name. For me, as a coach and coaches, we want somebody who we got to pull in. We want to have somebody that we can rein in. We don't want to have to push your ass out there and you come back with your tail between your legs. We want to be able to say, all right. Hey, White, hey, calm down, horse. Calm down. Hey, there's a lot left in this season. So for that, I don't mind it. I'm not gonna say I love it. And the only reason I'm saying I'm gonna love it is because of the optics of the national media. If there's no national media, I'll say I love it. But now, when you come in fucking next year, someone's gonna say something. That'll be the first fucking question he's gonna get asked. So, have you learned from your incident 8 months ago? Come on, man. This shit is gone. He ain't in high school no more. So that's the only reason I don't love it, because it's gonna be asked for at least 2-3 months.
That's a fact. And I guess that kind of leads us into other news of players making decisions. And apparently Derek Gansley is the Chargers' new DC. Been named DC in the Chargers for the Chargers.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't even want to bring this up on our show. But
he did not get let go. He left.
This is the best place to bring it up, though. I really don't have a thought on it, man. And I know this shit can go south. Your boy Miller from Alabama was in the wrong place. Miller from basketball team was in the wrong place at the wrong time, but he made it the wrong. The wrong place. I don't know all the details.
Dude, it don't look.
He's not suspended. Where do you stand on what happened, and where do you stand on how it's being handled?
That's some bullshit. First of all, Blickenstaff, Derek Ansley left to go to Alabama. We didn't let him go. He got a great spot with Nick Saban, which probably propelled him to this spot. All right. From what I know, and this is what I know and what not know, but what the tea leaves on the street. Teammate asked him to bring the gun. A lot of great coaches have left Bama. He got asked by a teammate to bring the piece, to bring whatever the kids call it now, to bring the gun. He brought the gun.
Pole.
Okay?
What they call it, pole.
Well, what was that?
They call it the pole.
The pole? All right. So he presented the pole to his boy. Now, if he would have just left, that's still an issue, right? I bring you the piece, I bring you the weapon, bring you the pole, whatever you want, the gap, whatever you want to call it. I brought it to you, and I'm deuces. But apparently he blocked the damn car. Why the fuck are you blocking the car? Hold on. And then for your car to get hit by the bullet means that you were fucking really close to the damn car. You wasn't the next block away. You wasn't going home. You wasn't leaving the scene. Your ass was in the middle of the shit. So you brought the shit that was used to kill someone, and you was in not the vicinity, you were right there. What the dude? Look, man, I'm not a lawyer. I wanted to be one when I was younger. But is he not an accessory to the crime? I can't see. He gave the weapon and he blocked the car.
Who was the weapon registered to is a question. Is a good question.
Don't know.
Kyle Rittenhouse. That's a motherfucker always come to the action for some action. Hey.
Dude, you just made all right. The views expressed on this by Andrew White are not.
Hey, that's how you drop somebody off in the middle of a war zone. That's basically what happened. I'm gonna say this. We're talking just this situation. I'm gonna get on for, like I said, it was kind of touchy even just bringing it up, but I just wanted to, see what you thought about it. So where was you at? You were gone. This is right after you left. So a huge fight breaks out at Marks on Main, downtown Main Street, Lexington, Kentucky.
Damn, is it a heart of Lexington?
When I start telling details, you're gonna be well familiar. A couple players get hurt.
Okay.
Marlon McCree breaks his wrist.
Yep.
Your former position mate gets hurt terribly. I'm talking about damn near terminally.
Right.
So me and another teammate is on our way there. And so, 4 or 5 of our teammates hurt bad, like bad. No gunplay, but they hurt bad. We pull up and everybody like, hey man, your boys in there, man, it's looking bad for them. Now, mind you, I always had a car because I live up north, so I had to drive home. Like we get in the car and we go back to the hotel. We go in there, so we start making some calls, and everybody down there. So we like, oh, we got to go back down there. My roommate, I'm not saying no names, grab pole. So we jump in my car. So we ride downtown, man. He done cocked his joke, and I'm like, man, like, nah, I do understand that we got a situation on our hands. But in my vehicle, I kept to myself. I wasn't as bad as you, but I kept to myself. But I have teammates with these guys. So I'm like, man, if somebody gets shot out of my car, it just so happened, didn't no bullets get to flying, everything. The police, by the time we came back, the police was there. But it's kind of like, so people look at some of these situations and say, man, that was dumb. I don't think I would have grabbed my pole and went back out there. But the way you described it kind of sounded exactly like that situation. Like we ain't had no business being there. I had a vehicle. We were going to check on our teammates. One of our other teammates brought protection. It didn't have to be used, but if it had to be used, I don't know what people would be saying about A. White today. And I ain't even the one pulling the trigger.
I think that's the difference. Is not saying it's accurate, or saying whatever the story that you could have told was factual. But you could have said, I didn't know he had the piece in the car. We were driving to go to my boy, and all of a sudden he pulls a gun, and I didn't know he had it. Right? So you kind of separated it. You still drove him to the scene, but there's a little bit of separation. Miller gave the damn guy the gun. He is all up in it. He ain't even close to being out of it. He provided. If he would have provided and left, that was still problems. For him to stay just made it worse.
And he's starting tonight, you know that, right?
I know, dude.
And you okay with that as a player?
Hell no.
So you feel like, so what if it was UK? Would you still feel the same way if it's a UK player?
Yeah, look, here's the thing. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But we know as he's a freshman. So let's say he's 18. Let's say at most he's 19 right now. Let's say he made a birthday. Can you imagine the trauma that's going through him right now? Do you think he's either going to play balls out or he's going to play the worst in the world?
Yeah.
Second of all, after the game, are you going to insulate him and not let him speak to the media after? Is that even possible nowadays? Can you say no to a media request for a player?
Yeah.
Can you? Because if you can't, now he's got to end the game and replay this shit all over again. That's out for an 18, 19-year-old dude. I can't imagine the shit going through his head right now. So for me, it's past ball. It's about this kid's mental health.
Yeah, you're right.
He got to live with this for a long ass time. And now it's still raw right now. Can he handle it? I don't know. That's a lot on a young man.
Yeah. Yeah, that's rough. Like you said, more detail come out. Be surprised. I ain't gonna say I'll be surprised. You don't know what kind of tension lurks around beyond yonder with family members of the deceased.
Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
you the one who.
Yeah, I ain't think about that. Dude.
That was where I went secondly.
Dude, he gotta be like this. He gotta be head on a swivel. He gotta be shit. Man, you're right. But I'm gonna tell you right now, his stat line right now, he's 4 for 7, 2 for 4 free, 12 points. So it ain't bought him that much.
Right. Dang, I'm trying to think who's your boy retiring football from UK? Or do you not know that?
Retiring?
Yep. Hold on.
Is it Randall Cobb?
No, a current cornerback is retiring.
Oh,
Taj Dawson's retiring.
He must have some,
you didn't know that
injury issue. No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, they said it caused an injury issue. Yeah. Did you not know that?
No, I didn't.
Yep, he's hanging them up. He's hanging them up.
As long as he gets his damn degree, it was well worth it.
How do you feel about it? Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know his injury issues. Like the gravity of his injuries. I don't know. Is it knees? Is it soft tissue? I don't know.
Don't we need him though? At least for depth?
No.
Need him for depth?
No. We are right now.
That might be the bigger reason. That's probably the bigger reason.
That might be. We are. Now, here's the deal. You never know, but we got numbers. If Geiger comes back, you got 4 safeties. You got 4 corners. And Taj was a safety. When I'm bringing Childress in and balling out, there really ain't a spot for him. I mean, to be honest with you, there's not a spot for him. And what? He's a senior now? He's been here a minute.
Yeah. I'm trying to.
So
no, he's a redshirt junior.
So he would be a senior next year.
Right.
Yeah. The writing's on the wall. We have all said this many times. If a freshman comes in and plays in front of you, your career is done.
Okay. I don't know if you knew this or not. It says apparently he participated in the senior day stuff this past year.
So he might have graduated.
He graduated as well.
Oh yeah. Them Anthony, if you got your degree, right, and you ain't getting no PT, I got my degree. What else you want me to do? You want me to go through down spring ball again, work my ass off, wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning, run all day, and then I know they go through the summer in the heat and run an 800-meter shuttle run and all that bullshit, and then on game day, have my ass sit down on the sideline, sit on the bench, handing out cups of water? Fuck that.
Nah, man. Hold on, man. Hold on. Here we go. We got to have a segment of you going to sit up here. You going to sit up here. You going to sit up there, man, and say this. And I understand what you're saying. I absolutely understand what you're saying. My only question is, back in 1993, 94, 95, not so much 96, it was okay for you to, I really don't want to play, man. I'm done playing. Like, if you don't, Coach Anwar Stewart tells me all the time, Doug, this kid don't love ball. He got to go. If you don't love ball, you can't play for Stu. I'm not saying Dawson don't love ball, but to walk away from the game most people, I mean, Ronnie Lott got his damn, you can't take it off. I mean, it's a lot of different things. This is not a knock on the kid, people. Understand this is not a knock on Dotson at all. Like Van said, and like Bickerstaff said, we appreciate Dotson's service. All I'm saying is, I thought we were past the time, because me and you seen a lot of it. You know, man, I don't really feel like playing, man. You know what, man? I'm tired. I'm hurt. They cheating, whatever. My point. I just thought it's just kind of. Then you got Phil Hoskins. You got guys like Phil Hoskins. Old hell, knees hurt. Give me a 6 year. Can I get a 7? So I'm not tripping by any means. That's why I was asking you how you feel about it. And you're absolutely right. Man, I did what I had to do. I got my degree at the end of the day. My depth chart ain't looking real bright. But I just wouldn't leave, unless it's NFL, I wouldn't leave nothing on the table. But on the other side of it, if I ain't getting no burn, I'm not going out there in 90-degree weather, running the hill on turf and whoop the whoop. But
that's look, if he didn't have his degree, he would be coming back. If he didn't graduate, he would be coming back. But I mean, honestly, what do we as athletes go to school to do? We go to school to graduate and or go to NFL. His NFL hopes are gone.
Phil Hoskins was gone, though.
No,
he came back.
Hold on. But Phil was getting PT and had a chance to at least get in the game.
Yeah.
Dude, when have we seen Dotson get in? He got in the game at the end.
Right.
When Geiger went down, did we go to Dotson as the backup or did we go to Childress? We had Vito and Geiger down, and they went to a transfer portal guy.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like.
So there was a conversation had somewhere over there in the Kraft Center or whatever they called it.
Is he hurt though? Because I know he was hurt the year before.
They said that had a lot to do with rehabbing or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm trying to put myself in his shoes, and if I'm not playing, and I got my degree, and the NFL is pretty much out, what else am I playing for? That's all. I mean, if you play for the love of the game,
NIL, go out there one last time.
You know damn well he get no NIL.
Okay, for real talk. And everything you said, I have no problem with everything you're saying. I concur with everything. Being where you've been, being where you are now, we sitting here both on the same screen. Looking back at how old are you? I don't know, 47?
47.
Looking at back at 47-year-old man. Would it not, for one more year, not even one more year, one more semester, would it not have, you know what? I was out there one more time. At that age, like you're right, I got my degree, I'm gonna go make my money. But now, you know what? You know the first thing I think of when we having this conversation? Boom Williams. Mm-hmm. You ain't touched the football since you touched the football.
Yeah.
And you gave it up because you thought you had a shot. To me, it's the opposite, giving it up because I don't have a shot. But once it's over, it's over. And he might be cool with it being over. And that's fine. My thing is, if I got one left, if somebody offered me a 10-day NBA contract, man, I know I can't jump no more or whatever. Yep. But I love hoop. I love hoop that much, man. Well, I'm out there looking terrible, but I want to play. I'll play one more game.
Here's my comparable. It's a little different because it's on the next level and there's nowhere else to go. I was in a Ram camp, had a concussion. I said, if I get another one, I'm done. Got a concussion. They cut me on the last day because Charlie Army told me, if you get a concussion, I'm cutting you because of the whole liability. We talked about that injury, whatever, all that stuff. But he allowed me to collect a check until the last cut. On my way home from St. Louis, since I was still in Chicago, I had that 5-hour drive, I called my agent and said, I'm done. Okay? 2 hours later, he said, Van, we got another team that wants you to come to camp. I said, I'm done. He's like, "Are you sure?" I said, "I'm done." I ain't have to call nobody else. I said, "I'm done." Now, I know it's different because he didn't have the chance to go to that level. Maybe he was like, "I don't want to go through this shit no more."
Yeah.
I don't know. Everybody has different motives. Now, if you ask me in his shoes, I'm like, I might come back because I think I'm better than the motherfuckers in front of me. And don't let nobody get hurt. He ain't get his job back.
Injury can happen. That's
Right.
my whole thing.
Right.
Injury can happen or anything.
But everybody perspective is different.
Oh, I meant to bring this up earlier. Now, so we can agree on that. We can agree to move on from that. And my screen kept on freezing up. What's up with the fan grabbing the UK basketball players on the break, man? And what happened to the fan? Because the fan looked like they should have handles over. He was over there just straining himself and all that. Why they ain't have him all hemmed up and shit?
He lucky he didn't get swung on. I mean, honestly, he lucky he didn't get swung on. Look, man. That's some bullshit. And you know what else is more bullshit for that? Is Florida didn't get penalized for it. So fans gonna continue to do the bullshit. Because all you do is get kicked out. So what?
Yeah.
But when you hurt your team, think about it. 2 free throws in the ball, that turns the game around. But no, they make the 3 and they close the man. Make them motherfuckers feel it. Or give the athlete some gloves and let me fucking punch his ass like he punched me. Because that's basically what he did.
Oh, they all got ejected. He said 3 of them got ejected.
I don't give a fuck. That ain't shit. Dude, he stood. You know, when drinks fall and you might slip and you might hurt yourself, something like that. That motherfucker stood up on purpose. This wasn't I tripped him because he stepped on my foot or something. No, he fucked. And then the other thing, there was one guy who was reaching for him earlier. Then he grabs him across the chest. Come on, man. That's the bull of the bullshit.
And he could do, like you said, he could have buckled his damn knee. Like you running, just looking, you ain't expect nobody to grab you. Could have, man. And that's where I'm with you on. If it caused an injury, then the scenario would have been different.
Right.
The scenario should be set up like that could have caused the injury. If he would have injured him, I guarantee they would have had him on the ground in cuffs. I guarantee.
Yeah, probably.
But you know, Westbrook been saying it for a minute, man. These fans, and I don't know, man. As a player, I kind of understand. I understand exactly where they're coming from. But money makes the world go round. Westbrook been saying these fans getting too fucking comfortable interjecting into the game.
Yes.
Man. These fans get way too comfortable.
Yes.
The penalty ain't harsh enough.
Yes.
I don't know.
It's like this. This is what the fucked up thing about social media for me. I don't need to fucking hear your fucking opinion. Like we hear people just be spewing off shit all the fucking time. Why I need to know your political view? Why I need to know who you dating? Why I need to know what car you driving? Why I need to know where you at vacation? I don't need to know that fucking shit. I don't need to know your fucking opinion on was that a foul? What does it matter what your opinion on? It was called a fucking foul. Or it wasn't called a foul. Let's go. Like it's some bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Hey, one thing we gotta talk about is Eric Bieniemy. Because I'm livid.
Well, did he try to get another job?
How the fuck can he not get a job?
Did he try to get one?
Well, he's now OC with Washington.
Huh?
The biggest bullshit and the bullshit of bullshit.
Wait a minute, why did he leave KC?
Because the Andy Reid factor and he's not been able to get a head coaching job because of it makes no sense. Now, I've heard through the grapevine that he's not a great interview. I've heard that from pretty good sources.
Bill Belichick can't be a great interview. Shit.
Oh, Dan Campbell can't be a great interview that's fucking head coach for the damn Lions. I'll let him hear what he fucking said during his fucking interview. But here's the deal. So all these jackasses, let me rephrase that. All these other prospective coaches who have been OCs in the Super Bowl get head coaching jobs. Some of these guys were OCs for Andy Reid, and they still got head coaching jobs. Guess who was still calling the fucking plays during that time? Fucking Andy Reid. But his OCs got coaching job. One of them went to my damn Chicago Bears. Ain't do shit. Guess where he is? He's back at fucking KC. Guess what job he's about to get? Fucking OC job again. I bet you they do well. Guess what you're going to get? Another fucking chance at a head coaching job. But why Airbnb's got to go to fucking another team to prove himself without Patrick Mahomes, without Travis Kelce, without the pieces he got? Now he's got to fucking try something with I think Howell's their starting quarterback with some. Come on, man. So he was good enough to get the interview, to ace the interview to be the OC for Washington, but he can't ace the interview to be a head coach somewhere. Make it make sense. The math ain't mathing.
So who you blaming, Andy?
No. You talking about owners. Dude, Philadelphia Eagles OC got a head coaching job. Philadelphia DC got a head coaching job. Someone brought up, I saw a stat, or not a stat, a tweet of the past few years, the only offensive coordinators that have not gotten a head coaching job after they won a Super Bowl or was in the Super Bowl. Guess who they were?
No.
Airbnb. And shit. Now my brain's getting old. And
Duke State.
Tampa Bay OC. Quarterback, Marshall.
Oh, Leftwich.
Them the only two motherfuckers who ain't got head coaching jobs after winning the Super Bowl or being in the Super Bowl. They OCs, dude. Now you can say, all right, maybe the DC don't get it. Well, everybody's offensive centric, right? So it would seem like a guy who won 2 Super Bowls, who has created one of the most prolific offenses in NFL history, has called plays for one of the best quarterbacks in NFL history in his first 5 years. What the fuck? Would this resume deem him quality to be a head coaching job? He might suck. Just like Matt Nagy sucked with the Bears. We don't know, but a lot of other motherfuckers seem to get a chance to suck. But Airbnb can't get a chance to suck.
That is true. Speaking of Super Bowl, man, and I'm curious to see what you got to say.
Yeah.
Bickerstaff thinks some people don't want a promotion. I don't think that's it.
Don't talk about my man Chico. That's my man. Chico was was the quality control guy with the Bears when I was there. Great dude, man. Stand up man.
Super Bowl. DeMar Hamlin wears that jacket. Big deal or no deal at all?
I didn't see it.
Oh man, I'm scared to try to open up another damn.
I'll look at it.
Yeah, bring up DeMar Hamlin's jacket. Super Bowl jacket. Man, I don't know. Like I said, I see all sides, man. I just hate for you to go from, the whole country praying and pulling for you the whole country. Now the whole country kind of looking like, damn, bro. Like, damn, homie. Back in high school, you was the man, homie. Huh?
What is that face of?
They act like it's anti-Christian or something. I don't know. Like I think it's just a branding or whatever, but I think is making a mockery of Christianity. And they went in on you, boy, everybody. Nobody really defended him, but people was understanding. Your boy even had a conversation with him, met up with him and everything.
Who?
AD Peterson.
Oh.
So he said something about it.
Why the fuck would he wear this?
Pull it up, man. Share it with him.
Oh, well, I don't want to make it.
I think it's mine that does that. You should be good.
Huh?
You should be good. Mine, I think it's mine.
See how I don't want to just.
Don't worry about it. No, because you buffering now. Don't worry about it. Everybody's seen it. You still here?
I'm buffering too.
Yeah, you good now. No, don't worry about it. We good.
Yeah.
So no big deal about it.
I mean, he shouldn't have worn after the Super Bowl. That's not smart.
That's what I was thinking. Like, why didn't he wear something from his the foundation he was raising money for?
I'm gonna tell you what happened.
Or thank you. Why didn't you just have a big thank you? Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you what happened. You had a designer that wanted to be whatever, pay him a shit ton of money to wear his jacket. He wore it, and whoever the designer is probably getting some shit and getting some extra clients.
Yeah. That's what I figured it was. I figured it was for the bag, man. I figured it was for the bag, like you said. But at a certain point, I don't know. There has to be some judgment because his team seemed to be really good about everything that happened, the way they handled his situation. Like, you got to have people around you like, hey, man, like you said, man, this ain't a good look. This might not be the play. Either way, I'll tell you this much though. Either way, he got national publicity.
Yep.
Whoever the designer was got national. Oh, that shit's all over. That shit's everywhere.
Everywhere.
So everybody gonna look it up to see what it is. And everybody now likes controversy. Like you know what David Chappelle said, man, which is a hell of a thing. USM Cat fan said Hamlin probably didn't know that Jack was representing anything. You want to address that?
If he didn't know that, he's not very intelligent. He's not very self-aware. If he didn't know that Jesus Christ on the cross, on the back of his damn jacket, one of the most watched events, not sporting events, period, on TV ever. After going through what he went through, which means you're gonna have eyes on you. It's not like he
recognized as well,
right? It's not like he didn't just go through what he went through. He was just an ex-athlete, just in the stands, right? Maybe you can kind of get away with it, but you're a guy who people have donated shit ton of money to your charity. You went through something that was dramatic for a lot of people. And besides your family, there are people who went through some shit just watching it. Knowing that eyes are going to be on you and aware of that, if you didn't know that, you are not self-aware. And that's a problem.
Yeah. At that stage, for an event like that, like you said, I think your ensemble is pretty well thought out. I think it's pretty well thought out. Like I said, the other part, well, I guess people can do whatever they want to. David Chappelle had a skit somebody just sent me today. And he said, America has gotten to the point where we We have sacrificed good and bad, right and wrong for bad or worse. Like it ain't no that's wrong and that's it. Well, it wasn't that bad. Where it used to be bad was bad, and that means no. Now it's because we ain't going. This ain't no political show, so we ain't going through the whole election. Well, we just had to pick the less worse of whatever. And it's funny he said that. That's kind of where we are because I got to thinking about even the jacket that there's some. I'm not saying there. I'm not gonna get no religious thing, but some people believe Jesus not on the Christ. I'm not on the cross. So the Catholic things was brought to my attention by our Baptist church members that no, we don't wear the crosses with Jesus still on the cross because that's a Catholic belief, whatever. And I'm just like, it's just so me. But I'm with you. I think he got paid a lot of money. It was a marketing opportunity, and now the only thing that I think can negate all this, if the marketing opportunity was for the money to go to his foundation, now the people would have to pull back, possibly pull back with some ridicule.
Yeah, that's a tough one, man. I'm all for freedom of expression, freedom of speech, all that stuff. Totally fine with doing it. That doesn't eliminate you from being ridiculed, though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. You're right.
You get the freedom to wear it. That don't mean that no one will come at your ass. And I don't see why he will. What was your cause, purpose, reasoning to wear that besides money? And someone wrote, well, I don't know who said it, his support network. If your support network's getting a bag, when you get in the bag, there's a lot of people fucking turn their eyes to a lot of bullshit. So
I thought it was simple. I thought it was simple to use that opportunity to thank everybody who was in support for you. That's all you got to do. Extremely simple. You could have a jacket with praying hands on it. Or whatever the case might be. I don't know. It's just, I'm with you. I'm with you, man. And we're going to get up out of here, man. I've had a discussion with a lot of people. I think we got to get back to being culturally strong and culturally understanding, because our culture can be bought. Our culture can be bought very easily. Money ain't everything. And that's kind of where I think he got kind of caught up in it. It didn't matter what your religion was, what your gender was, what your gender belief was. Everybody was supporting this guy. Now all of a sudden, I feel like we trying to support a guy who I don't think he really selfishly did it, but I'm with you. I don't know what your reasoning was, and without me knowing the reasoning, I can't really support the whole action. But
well, a real quick one. I just did a quick research. The guy who did his jacket has done another controversial Jesus Christ jacket before this one. So, so you kind of knew what he was doing. This is publicity. This guy, because look, how many times do you know the design of someone's shit? Not often, right?
Right.
All I did was type in Damar Hamlin's jacket designer. Bam.
Yeah. Right.
Bam.
Right. Yeah, you're right. And like you said, why not put it on Jalen Hurts? Why not put it on Patrick Mahomes? Why you put it on the person that everybody is gonna have an eye on?
Because it doesn't hit the same. Think about it. If you put it on them, it don't hit the same like this guy who went through shit. Spiritual religious person will say he was saved by a higher power.
Yeah.
Hits a little different.
I don't play around, man. I don't play around with Christianity.
Nope.
I don't, man. I don't. We're gonna get this. We're gonna hit this. We're gonna get up out of there. We're gonna get up. I'm trying to figure out what Scott Gregory on. He asked. I'm assuming he asked about the SEC schedule. How many games will we have the better quarterback? Ain't all of our quarterbacks leaving this year?
Well,
Stetson, Bryce, Hendon. Is Richardson leaving this year too?
Oh, who?
Richardson. Anthony Richardson. I was saying all the best quarterbacks leaving this year.
Let me. Did he say SEC games?
Well, he just said how many out of our 12 games next season, how many games will we have the best quarterback?
Let me pull up the schedule and I'll tell you.
They saying Devin don't run. That's what
that don't matter.
Blickenstaff says he's not a runner. Levis to Vegas is what Cali Cobb saying.
Ball State, yes. Eastern Kentucky, yes. Akron, yes. Vanderbilt, yes. Florida, yes. Georgia, probably so. Missouri, yes. Tennessee, yes. Mississippi State, Will Rogers is coming back.
He's still there?
Yeah. He was a freshman.
Oh,
okay. Leach's first year.
Yeah.
Now that's the one. Not saying
they still run the way Leach ran it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what. So are they going to run those offense? If they do, he's better than him. Alabama, yeah, we should have the best quarterback all 12 games.
So you saying 14-0?
No. You know that ain't the
15-0. I mean,
you know that ain't the case. But he's better than everybody else quarterback on paper right now.
Yeah. You got some Cat fans said, I guess we got a better quarterback, but if that old line ain't talking about nothing.
That's what. But here's the deal: Will Rogers is Warfel, Danny Warfel. Warfel ain't shit without that Steve Spurrier offense.
Yeah.
Will Rogers,
Warfel though, man. Warfel had to put them boys. It had to be accurate passes on that.
Man, them damn Warfel arm was worse than Peyton Manning. That damn thing was fucking soft as tissue.
But it had to be on point.
Well, but damn, Anthony, when your damn guys are 5 yards separation between everybody else, when you got damn 4 of the best wide receivers in the damn conference, that's fucking easy.
I'm trying to think of a better fitting, but
who else would be a better one? I'm talking about a quarterback with no arm, like noodle arm, noodle.
No, Dusty Bonner didn't have a strong.
Okay, all right. Dusty Bonner. That's a good one. All right. I'm going to go with that one.
All right.
Hey, when you know right now, Warfel on a smash route, he got to throw that corner route when the damn receiver's stemming off of the damn slant.
But that takes that anticipation.
I'm just saying. He threw that motherfucker when they was coming off the slant. They were still on a vertical still. That ball was in the fucking air.
Yeah, you right. You right.
Zero. Nada. Never. Not a once. Not a once. Not doing Stoops era. We went from Patrick Toll.
It ain't no error because Tim Couch had to play against Peyton, and
that's true.
It ain't never been an error. Andre Woodson, maybe. I don't know. Can't remember who we played against, but
that's a good one.
I don't know nobody. Oh, Andre Woodson was there against wasn't he? I know he was there against Cam, wasn't he?
You're right. Yeah.
He wasn't there against Eli though, either, was he?
I think he was.
Oh.
So yeah, you're right. So nope, never.
But it ain't saying much though. I don't think so.
No, it's not. I mean, how many quarterbacks of any team that had the best quarterback every game. I mean, that ain't many.
Yeah, you ain't gonna find too many people that can say that unless it's Alabama with Alabama or Oklahoma or there really ain't too many people can say that. Ohio State.
Because even with any of those teams, they still had to play somebody who was tough.
Yeah. All right, man.
Hey, get off of. Here's the thing.
You got
these fans back on the bandwagon?
Who did
who? Wait, who?
Trash with?
Who? Well, where's my Snoop Dogg? Who?
Where the dirt at? Hold on. Go ahead, Blickenstaff.
Who? Go ahead.
We want names.
Spread the news. I need 2 names at least. I need at least 2 out of 4.
And I need the other 2. All right, yeah, man.
You can't come with that shit without helping us out.
Right. Right. But yeah, man, we're gonna slide up out of here. What was you about to say? John might decide to divulge that information on our outro. Oh, okay. Very large white guy. I ain't seen no large white guys from Georgia.
You said guys, plural.
I don't know what you're talking about. Maybe he's talking about the offensive line from Georgia. Because all the big people I seen from Georgia were Negroes, were black.
You must have been talking about while you was in school. You didn't have 4 from Georgia. No, that ain't right. You have because you had GOAT on your old line back then, didn't you? He was all SEC. Wasn't GOAT all SEC?
He ain't start for me. What is he talking about? Hey, man, John, we putting you on mute.
Yeah.
But we trying to get out of here, and you ain't giving no tea.
You ain't getting none. That's Dollar General cold ass tea. Man, you got no damn Lipton.
Yeah, man. So anyway, no. So you were saying before we started going into our outro, you was making a point. That John said something, but
I don't know.
Man, you cool with man, Tyler Hero, man. I was up in Ohio where you can bet up there. Tyler Hero, I put money on Tyler Hero, man, to go to the championship, man. I put $40. I could have won like $400, $500. Man, that joker missed like 8 out of 9 shots out of the first 9. Man, I don't think he hit 2 or 3. I don't think he hit 3 shots in a row, man. Oh, man. And, man, Tyler, man, you did me bad, bro. But I was glad to see my man Dame Dollar come through. Real quick, what do you think about the NBA All-Star game? That joke about as trash as the Pro Bowl, man. No defense at all. It was a certain point where they would play some D.
Man, listen. Once the player's salary was great enough where they don't have to win this damn. Remember when the Pro Bowl? I heard the Pro Bowl, like your bonus was almost more than your game check.
Right.
So the reason why they played hard was that was an extra $40,000, $50,000 in their bank account.
Right.
When I was with the Bears, I saw a lot of damn seven-figure damn checks for a week. So, and this is after Uncle Sam hit you hard. You still got 7 figures in your bank account. So why am I gonna risk anything for a damn All-Star game when the money ain't even close? That money I'm probably giving to my mama. Hey, Ma, here's my All-Star check. Hey, babe, here, just take that. I don't need it. When you're doing that, your thought process of playing that game ain't what it was in the 80s when I was growing up.
So the desire to win in sports is gone.
The desire to win that All-Star game?
No, in general. Like, that's the only reason you play any game is to win.
Anthony, what is LeBron James' paycheck like every 2 weeks? 10 mil? 8 mil?
Some stupid.
Have either one of us ever seen a paycheck? Have we got a paycheck for that much? Now, we can easily say, yeah, we want to play to win. But when my paycheck is $9 million and this game ain't got no bearing on my team getting in the playoffs, or my team or helping myself get my resume getting bigger so I can make more money, this game means nothing. At least I come to the game. At least I'm on the court. So whoever comes to the game that's paid to see me, at least I'm there. But I'm not saying it's right.
You understand what I'm saying? The reality of this bull job is I'm not even talking about All-Star Pro Bowl games. The reality of it is this, dude. Unless it's game 7 of the championship, there's nothing that's gonna make these guys play. There's nothing. Because if you 13 games out of first place and you ain't gonna make the playoff, you're not playing. If you up 5 games over, you gonna load management. There's nothing that's gonna make these guys play for the love of the game no more.
Anthony, if you down 3-0 in the NBA playoffs, there are half the team already packing up for Cancun. You know that. You come on. You down 3-0.
So that's the point I was making.
Yeah.
You took it specifically like that.
Yeah. No, you're right. No. Half the team dude. Can you imagine you the 13th on the bench? Do you think, hey, girlfriend, hey, look. Hey, we got about 3 more days. Go ahead, book that ticket to Tulum. You go there first. It's only gonna be 2-3 days. You'll be there by yourself. I'll be there in about 2 days. Find a spot. Invite my mom. Invite your parents. And I'll see you in 2 days. You don't think the 13 man on the bench saying that shit? Come on.
Yeah, I think that's the way of the world, man. I work my tail off at work, man. I work my way up into a decent position at work. A decent position. I ain't saying it great. Man, all the lazy MFers, well, they ain't coming to work. When they there, ain't doing nothing, complaining the most. Getting promotions, getting all types of residual, getting all types of extra benefits, man. I think the world's messed up, man. And if you're not a fluent at code switching, how can when did not being real become an issue? If you ain't good at code switching, you ridiculed. If you can't get along with everybody, no, some people just ain't made to get along with. And with that, we out of here, man. We ain't about to go no deeper. We appreciate everybody for joining. We appreciate you for listening, joining in. Sorry if I offended anybody. Probably not sorry, but that's why y'all tune in, because y'all want to hear what we got to say. Please go to YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Twitter,
LinkedIn.
I said LinkedIn, didn't I? LinkedIn. Like, subscribe, share, follow, and we'll be back next week. Man, we appreciate you.